Hey, Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Today's kind of a sad day for me, to be honest. It's an end of a relationship, and I'm reminded of the relationship that I had with a former broker that I had, and a former boss that got in the way of that relationship, and how sometimes people lose their vision of what makes a good company, right? It is what it is at this point in time. I have laid out my case as best as I could, and um, you know, it doesn't matter that I've been with. I have not tried another funded firm since I started this journey with TopStep. I have been with them. You can see the merch. I got tons of merch. I don't know if you can see it from here or not. Let's go down here and there. This is one of the first shirts that I got for them. And you'll notice that there's an end on here now called Trader that's no longer part of the TopStep brand. Um, Honestly, that's kind of an interesting point that I want to kind of end with here with my journey at TopStep. TopStep Trader used to have the trader's best interest in mind. When I first I joined TopStep. You can go back and go to 123 Day Trade. I'll link my main website. If you click the video content off to the side, you'll notice that there was a video recording that was done when I first became a funded trader years and years ago, and it was um, just a really cool experience. You had Eddie and John. I think Michael was even on the call at the time. Um, and it was just a wonderful journey. It was something, they've lost their vision along the way. They've taken Trader away from their name, and perhaps that's where my disconnect starts right there. Um, let's look at the facts, and let's look at another solution today that I'm looking into. So, whoops, I'm grabbing the wrong damn thing again. Notice that this says day 10 somewhere there, 10 days completed, and I am over the profit target that they have required me to be, but for some strange reason I got an X over here because of me not understanding that there was a new rule called consistency target, and apparently I traded the same day of the FOMC. You can go back and look at the video that I put. Maybe I'll link that down below, where I was just belligerent and couldn't believe that there was another rule that I had to pass through. I had no idea. You can see in my video content that I had no idea coming into it there was another rule upon another rule. In other words, they moved the goalpost again, right? It's unfortunate, but it's the reason that I have decided to no longer. I gave them a deadline. I said I want to be funded by today, and I was refused the funding by Nick, Mick, and maybe all the way up to Michael as well. Well, my dad used to say that you make your own bed and you got to lie down in it. Well, at TopStep, you got to lie down in your own bed. Um, One person can take away 10 people. Over the next lifetime of this video series, it stays up on YouTube. People are going to be able to come as they search, and they're going to be able to see another point of view of someone that was with them for many years and been funded. I've been funded so many times I hate to even count how many times. And I'm the perfect example of someone that was willing to pay and pay and pay for their model for me to be able to move forward. Um, One of the ones, actually the company that I've watched and looked at, that I'm looking into, is called Apex Trader Funding. Um, they don't have the B flat at the economic releases. They don't have the BS consistency profit target that a lot of the other firms I was looking at seem to follow and mimic TopStep. I mean, TopStep's the gorilla in the market, don't get me wrong. They will continue most likely to be the gorilla in the market, but that doesn't mean that they're the only thing out there that you can go to. You can go to um, your own account and trade your own account. I trade my own account right now. I trade through Robinhood. I trade through Charles Schwab. I trade through TradeStation. There's other ways that I trade, and they're not the only game in town. But for day trading, I found this to be the most challenging area of my overall trading. Uh, and yes, I do have my own website, 123daytrade.com. And it pains me to know that I'm going to be removing in the near future. I'm going to, why TopStep Trader makes sense. It's one of my most looked at blog posts in the history of my blog. And I go on and I talk about all the great things that TopStep has. And it's still one of the highest watched videos that I've got. And I talk about why it makes sense. And I talk about, there's the interview that was done on me that back in September. You can actually just go here. Why TopStep Trader makes sense. And you can watch the funded interview that I did years ago. That was probably back in 2014 or 15. Anyway, breakups are tough. This is one of the longest relationships that I had outside of, say, my marriage to my wife, which we've been married 20 years, and my kids that 19, and my mom obviously, and the family and whatnot. This is one of the longest relationships that I've had. This is longer than any job that I've ever held. Coming from a trading background, way back when at Federated Investors and private money management, then starting my own company called Night Capital Management, and then starting my own blog called 123 Day Trade. This is the longest that I've ever been at one company that I can think of as trading. It's a sad day for me in a way. I've debated about what I'm going to do. I've got my other computer over here that I'm most likely going to do a headshot video and put a Canva to it, and kind of um, synopsis out there. But I don't know if I want to. I think that I just want to walk away. I just want to walk away. I've got some cool merch that I've collected over the years from TopStep. But I think where they lost their focus is when they lost their last part of that name, right? Trader. They've added and continue to add and continue to move the goalposts over and over and over here. And I just don't know what to say about that other than buyer beware. This is Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. I appreciate you watching my video content. Obviously, this is kind of a bittersweet day for me. I'm looking into, I guess, the biggest crutch that's holding me back right now is that I have been accustomed and learned how to trade off of the CTS platform, the T4. And for better or for worse, it's been a crutch that's held me back many times because I thought, you know what, I'm an old dog. I really don't want to learn new tricks. I got to learn a new platform. Most of them use NinjaTrader, so now I got to learn NinjaTrader. It looks like that seems to be the commonality out there right now. You know, if you're using different platforms, it seems like Ninja seems to apply to all of them. I'm a chart trader. I looked into jigsaw trading and all the out there that use um, the depth of market, and it's like, do I really want to learn a whole new way of doing things, or do I just want to learn um, one more trading platform and then move forward with that platform? It's kind of where I am right now. Oh, here's another thing. Look at this. Look at that. There's another piece of merch that I've collected over the years. Here's a shirt. Maybe I'll just get rid of everything on a fire sale. I got all kinds of merch if you got a double XL. Maybe you can make better use of it than I can. Disappointing day. Very, very disappointing day. There was time in the past that CL wasn't included in the FOMC statement. Regardless of what TopStep says, that's the honest to God truth. And there was no such thing as a consistency target since I knew TopStep, and obviously from the point that I learned of it that one day on whatever it was, at day 6, that I figured out that I hadn't passed. And you know, they they would rather shoot their foot and knock it off than work with someone that's been faithful to them for many years, since August of 2014. It is what it is, right? Sad day for me. Very sad. This is Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Any comments but below. If you're going to be a troll, just going to delete it. If you got any advice about what trading platforms you like, what services that you like out there, like I showed that one that I'm looking at right now, there is no have to hold through economic 1 minute for 1 minute back. And they've got, actually, it looks like a really nice deal at 50% off. If you look on the website a little bit, you might looking into if they have an affiliate program and stuff like that. If I can move my stuff over, start getting active on my website again, put some video content out there as time goes on. Another cool thing that they don't have that I was reading, once you get into funded, every market that you open up, you had to pay a professional data fee for. And that's kind of limited my trading into one specific market, CL, because I didn't want to pay to open up this market. So I open up the NYMEX, open up the CME, open up all these different ones that are in there. Any other market that you trade, you have to open up those different markets to professional. It looks like, from my reading of most other companies, they waive a lot of the fees that TopStep has implemented at the professional level. They make you a professional trader, although we're not really professional traders. That's just, in my humble opinion, it's just another way of them getting money. It's been, that way for a long time. For instance, I used to be able to, when it was CTS T4, they used to waive me having, I used to be able to get the pro features to the CTS when I went to funded. And then the last time I went to funded, the last couple of times I went to funded, they told me I had to pay $200 if I wanted access to that. This whole model at TopStep is ever since they took the trader off that name, ever since they took the trader away from their name, it's been going that way, in my humble opinion. It is what it is. Dave Knight, I am done. I am completed with this video. 15 minutes of me talking. That's enough. It's enough that I'm going to deal with this company. They've taken enough of my life. I'm done. Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I'll see you on the next video I put together. Bye for now.